Hello everyone, it is Toby here and we are back with a really good Strongman events day. I'm not too sure what's going on with my beard this morning. I've woken up and it's decided to curve, but we're just going to roll with it. Today we're doing a fantastic Strongman event session ahead of the next competition, in which in today's session we are going to be smashing some Viking press, a couple of accessories, some sandbag toss, and then some heavy Atlas stones to end it off. It should be a real proper Strongman event session. So if that is something you enjoy and you enjoy watching Strongman training, then this is the session for you. So that is right. To start things off, we are going to work up to a heavy set of 3 to 6 reps on the Viking press. We're going to go for 102.5 kilo, and our Viking press setup in the garage gym is upgraded. It is a pretty good setup. So I'm going to put it together and I'm going to show you exactly how I set up the Viking press in the garage gym. I'm going to take you through my warm-ups to my top set of Viking press so you can see how we get on with it. And then, as I said, after that, a few accessories, some sandbag toss, which I'm now doing twice a week to really nail the technique, getting there with that. But then we're going to finish with some heavy Atlas stone. The program says a heavy single. I might do a couple of heavy singles because obviously the heaviest stone I have is the 140. So I reckon I could do that for more than one single. But we'll see how it feels. We'll see how we go. I haven't done heavy stones in a long time. But I have got some more stones on order at the minute. So in a few weeks we will have a heavier stone coming in, a 160 stone, which will be a sort of good pushing stretch point for me to do. But yeah, it's going to be a really good session. As I mentioned, a really good Strongman event session. So without further ado, I'm going to put the Viking press together and I'll show you how we have that set up. So the Viking press setup then, it is actually a pretty good setup. You can get quite a decent amount of weight on it, but we'll start at the end here, which is the obviously pressing end. All the weight you load onto this barbell exactly how you would any other weight, and you've got the big handles at the front. A bit of foam in the middle of the handles because for my comp I got a brace facing away, so that stops it knacking me on the back of the head. A bit of safety there. But yeah, it's just got a hip thrust pad where we rest it on the yoke just so we don't damage the barbell. This is our old rusty barbell, so I don't really care about it too much, but always good to prevent it getting hurt. But yeah, we just got the yoke as sort of the stopper, which works really well. And then at this end, we've got the landmine attachment attached on to the dip station. This is a proper big heavy duty dip station, so it's not going to really go anywhere. And we're using this metal tape to hold it down. It is on one of the handles, so you can see there's a handle there with clips on it, which is welded on. But just to keep it from, if we say put the Viking press down violently, it doesn't swing up like that and hit me in the back of the head with that metal tape. It doesn't need to be that strong, just something to hold it down. And it works really well. So it's not an ideal setup, but it is a great makeshift home gym setup to use. And obviously it goes without saying, if you do want to sort of try and emulate this at home, make sure you do so safely and at your own risk. For me, this is solid enough. I'm not pushing crazy heavy weights on it. Obviously heavy for me, but yeah, this is more than enough to hold on to it for now. But if I was pushing it much heavier, I probably would get a better setup. But it does the job for now. So that is the Viking press setup. So yeah, that setup in the hands is about 15 kilo empty, which is actually quite a nice number for the Viking press. I was expecting it to be a really awkward number, but it's pretty much bang on 15 kilos. So it's a good starting point. But I'm just going to sort of work up a plate at a time until we get to 102.5 is my working weight for today. And that is the weight you'll be seeing in just a second with the top set. So I'm going to get kitted out, I'm going to get warmed up, and you will be now seeing my top set of Viking press at 102.5 kilo. With that Viking press is feeling like a really solid event for me. Hopefully it is just as easy, if not easier, at competition. But 102.5 kilo for such a solid 6. I didn't even feel remotely fatigued at that. So yeah, it's definitely feeling really, really good. Obviously with the banded push press I'm doing on day 2 a week, it is making my explosivity much better, and yeah, my lockouts are feeling super solid on this. It's honestly going to be probably one of my best overhead events, so really pleased with it. Yeah, there's not much more to say other than that. Really, really solid. You saw how solid it was. Yeah, the setup may not look like much, but it certainly works and certainly feels really good. So yeah, next thing we're going to move on to is some accessories. We got some incline bench press and some rear delt dumbbell flies. Some very easy sort of bro gym, bro lifter kind of exercises there. Just pump up the triceps, pump up the rear delts, finish off the pressing. Probably not going to film them, just going to smash them out, get them done, and keep this video focused on the Strongman events side of the session. So our next thing on the Strongman event side of things is obviously going outside and getting some throwing done. Hopefully it is no longer raining. When I came in, it was raining pretty bad, so no one likes to do throwing in the rain, especially because I'm wearing my sort of tacky covered clothes. I don't have a hoodie because it'll ruin it. So if it is cold, wet and miserable, it's t-shirt weather for me regardless. So yeah, the next thing you'll see is me just about to go outside with the sandbag toss. Well, I've done my accessories and I've got the most skin-splitting tricep pump from that incline bench that I've ever had. It's really, really sore. So I'm going to hope that sort of diminishes by the time we get outside and do throwing. But luckily enough for me, the sun has come out. It is actually a beautiful day now. Not sure how long it's going to last, so I'm going to get out, make the most of it, get some throwing done, and you're going to see the best throws or any epic fails that I get done in a small montage right now. Nice, well I think we're getting back into the swing of it with throwing a bit after a few off weeks, off sessions rather, since the competition. Finally getting back to a sort of decent rhythm with throwing now. 24 kilos, still not getting it every time, but getting it fairly consistently, at least once per set usually. So yeah, happy with that, not too disheartened. 24 kilos, obviously quite a heavy bag for my level, so yeah, feeling good. It's just going to get better with practice. That's all it is with sandbag throwing. Just remembering to give it that vertical power rather than just trying to absolutely fling it. It's really technical. It's quite difficult to get right. Like, you can really tell when you fucked up the technique because it just doesn't go nearly as high, even if you put as much power as you can into it. If you don't keep those levers long and finish with a straight arm, it's not going to go anywhere near. It's really quite tough to get right, but really, really good to practice. But anyway, now it's the fun part of the session, the bit you've probably all been waiting for, and that is the heavy Atlas stones. So obviously I've only got the 3 stones. I've got a 60, a 100 and 140. So what I'm going to do a warm-up set on the 60. No tacky, nothing, just get the movement pattern warmed. Then a set on the 100. And then if that feels really good, we'll go straight to the 140. If not, I'll do another set on the 100. Difficult to film this one, obviously, because I'm going to be covered in tacky. So I'm going to film what I can, try and take you through all my warm-ups, and then, yeah, try and smash that 140 stone. So I am mostly de-tackied and my stone bruises are coming through nicely, but really pleased with that. Felt really, really good. Bullied the 100 obviously as the warm-up, and then did a very, very deliberate 140, making sure that I properly locked it in, got the technique really, really well done, because obviously it's a stone per max. I don't have to be quick with it, just make sure it's the heaviest stone I can do. So with these heavy singles, it's really important that I make sure I'm getting them absolutely spot on technique-wise, really locking them in so that there is no failure, there is no reason why I can't get them. Stones seem to be a really strong event for me. I mean, a 140 stone is nothing to be scoffed at. And because in competition, it's stones but done like 3 lifts and you just jump in whenever. So I think I'll start on a 140 because I do it in the gym all the time. Well, I say all the time, I'll be doing it in the gym all the time for training. But the goal at comp, depending on how 140 feels leading up and if I can get my hands on some heavier stones before comp, I'd love around sort of 140 as an opener, then maybe 150, 160, or I might even jump 140, 160, 170, something like that, and really push it. But I really want to get my hands on a heavier stone to give 160 a try before comp day, see if it is realistic as a second attempt or a third attempt. But yeah, I think this set of events for comp for me is leading up to be a really, really good set of events. Everything's moving really, really well. The axle deadlift's fantastic, as you saw in the last video. Viking press is moving super, super well. And then the max stone probably suits me better than a stone run. Easier for me to train. The only question marks again are the throwing. Getting much more consistent with it, but in competition, you know, it's going to be a difficult one because it's so easy to make mistakes. And then the mystery event, literally no idea what that is. But as we saw in the last comp, I'm quite good at adapting to events that I haven't trained for. So we will see. Obviously, last comp, we had the tyre flip get replaced with a max sandbag carry with the Husfeld sandbag at 140 kilo. Hadn't trained for anything like that in a long time, so ended up coming third. So it just proves that I can adapt quite well. So hopefully the mystery event is something that I can adapt to really well and score quite well on. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm working really, really hard. Absolutely no days off for me. I'm either in the gym absolutely smashing my weights, getting everything sorted, or I'm resting, recovering well, and making sure I'm sorted on the YouTube side. And I just got more tacky on my wrist from my shirt, which is really fucking annoying, to be honest. But we do what we do. So I'm going to pack up, get sorted. My arm's knackered, but I'm going to get the rest of this bloody tacky off me and enjoy my weekend. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing my Strongman event session. It's my favourite session of the week. And hopefully the little insight into how I set up the Viking press can be useful for you. Obviously, this video may end up being a little bit shorter, a little bit longer, I don't know. I sort of just record what I can, edit them together, and don't really care about the length of the video. I don't know how YouTube likes it. I know people say you should have a minimum 8 minutes, but longer videos tend to do better. I have no idea. I don't really care. I just film what I want to for you guys, and you guys seem to enjoy watching it. The support on the videos lately has been absolutely mental. Really, really, makes my day to see that you guys waste your time watching my time. And yeah, if it's really helpful for you guys, then do let me know. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know loads of stuff in the comments. I love reading the comments and interacting with you guys. We're all here as like-minded people training strongman, so it's great to have a little community going. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Toby. If you could, leave a like down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.